What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lay, for those of you who are new.
Hey, whoa.
Oh, it is springtime. Who is not excited for spring? Because I know I am. Today's video, I actually filmed it twice. I filmed this video twice, like last week on both of my filming days. I tried to do spring looks and they were dead on arrival. It was just no. I was actually trying to do liner work without the liners. Like I didn't have any like pastel liners. I have my neon liners by Anastasia, but I only have 3 colors. So typically looks that have these kind of have to, go in, it's got to go with this. And because this is neon, it really wasn't what I was going for, so I really wanted a pastel. So I had ordered the pastel liners by Tammi, and I was waiting on them, but they didn't come until I think Thursday or Friday, and I film on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I was trying to do liner, the old-fashioned way, and I don't know if I was just getting bored, but wasn't working. So I finally got the Tammi Pastel Cake Liner Palette. Love it. Oh my god, like it was the inspiration for this look because I definitely wanted to use pastel colors for this spring, which like Easter coming up, got you covered. And I had did a video with this palette previously. This is the GlamLite ice cream palette, and I only got to use 1 color. So no, I used 1 or 2 colors. So for this look, I actually used a couple more colors out of here. There are so many looks that I want to do using this palette. It is absolutely ridiculous. So before we jump into this, please
Do not come for my nails.
I have not done them yet, but they will be getting done. This graphic liner look is giving me 1980s techno vibes. I don't know how to explain it, but it gives me like early 80s with the color schemes. And yeah, I don't know. Before we get into this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and make sure that you share it with your friends to help my algorithm, to help a girl grow. I would really appreciate it. Thanks. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get pretty. Alright guys, so we're starting with a fresh face. How are you guys doing today? I absolutely love this look. Like, this was so much fun to make. I love the colors. I'm really getting into my graphic liners. So I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to jump in. I'm going to be using 2 palettes. I'm going to use the Carnival one and the GlamLite ice cream palette to create this look. And I will have the shades at the bottom. So first thing I'm starting off with is carving out my brows. I have been liking the look of a carved out brow, and then I kind of go back in with whatever brow product I'm going to use later on, but like for right now I just carve it out and I move on to whatever I'm going to be doing on my eye. I don't like to waste product, so I do not put base on my lid if I know I'm going to cut the crease, because I just think that's pointless, because if it's fallout on your eyelid, you're just going to wipe it away. So I just put it in the crease area, like pretty much where I feel like I want my cut crease to be. So even if it goes a little lower, it's okay. It still gives me like range to where I want to go. So the first shade I'm going in with is from the Carnival palette. This is a deeper green. I believe the shade is called Envy. Okay, so the first shade was called Envy, and then over top of that I went in with green tea to blend out the edges before I move on to my next shade. The next color I'm going to connect, and since blue and green are like right next to each other on the color wheel, and you need green and you need blue to make green, so yeah, so I'm taking the color Sky out of the Carnival palette and I'm placing that in the center, blending it into that green so that they fade together nicely, and then blending out the edges to have a more blown out edges. Unlike the green, I didn't have the in-between color between this sky blue and the blue that I'm going to put in the crease area, like the main blue that I wanted to use. So I started to use the blue. This is the shade Cookie Monster out of the ice cream palette, but then I remembered that I didn't do the main shade out of the ice cream palette for my green, so I went back and I went to get mint chocolate and place that on the inner corner. So the 3 shades would be Envy, Green Tea, and Mint Chocolate in the center, and then on the outer part when you get to the blue, you go in the Carnival palette with the Sky Blue, and then move on to Cookie Monster out of the ice cream palette, which is more of like a periwinkle blue. I guess I could have used like a really light lavender purple, I don't know. But this is the blue I used on top, and I just absolutely love these pastel shades. I wanted to do a look completely with just the pastels, but I did want to give it a little bit of depth this time. Like I said, I tried 2 different looks, and I wasn't confident in them enough to post them. So moving on to the purple, which is going to be my outer corner color, I'm going in with the shade Wasted out of the Carnival palette. It is this really pretty deep purple. I actually used this in my Josephine Baker inspired look. It was the purple that I used for my cut crease, and here we are again doing another cut crease. So again, because on the color wheel, purple is on the opposite side of the blue, it blends like perfectly. So all I had to do was blend the edges of the purple and the blue so that they blend together, and then blend the edges of the purple. And then again, I didn't have a transition color between this deep purple and the lighter purple that I'm going to use, because the lighter purple that I'm going to use is 100% pastel. This is the shade Honey Lavender, and this is out of the ice cream palette. This was the main shade that I used on my birthday look. And girl, I love pastel, period. So like I've been waiting for spring to emerge so that I can go in with, you know, my pastels. Now, I hate the cicadas, but I was actually thinking of doing a like cicada wing inspired look, just to shine light to the fact that, you know, these demon bugs are about to spawn from hell. So I don't know, I might leave a poll. You guys let me know if that is something that you'd be interested in. I would make it real cute. Like, I'm not gonna look like a bug, but you know, it's an idea. Just an idea. So now I'm going into cutting my crease. I cleaned up underneath at first, and I think my camera died when I was cleaning underneath, so you're just gonna be seeing like the cutting action, which is really boring. Like, I'm literally doing the stamping motion, and I do like a stamp drag so that I can get a nice crisp line, and then I pat in the rest of the product so that, again, I have a nice crisp line and a nice even base to add on product. When I did this I do think that I might have added too much of the base, because my eyeshadow look ended up creasing a little bit later. I mean, not when I did this, but like later on in the day. And like when I went and took pictures, you can see like some slight creasage, if you will. So since I did lose a little bit of that purple, I wanted to add it back. I should have done it with the blue too, but I didn't. But any color that you use, you can always go back and make sure that, you know, you have that color there. So for the inner portion, I'm using the Honey Lavender, and I'm going to use it on the inner and the outer portion. I'm taking a angled brush to carve out the shape, and then a small smudger brush to shade in the inner parts. It's going to be a halo cut crease. It's like a multicolor cut crease with a halo eye plus graphic liner. We are all over the place in this video, let me tell you. So we have that going for us, right? So we're just stamping that in, and yeah, that's it. This color, Birthday Cake, let me tell you guys, I wanted to use this on my birthday just because the name of the shade is Birthday Cake, but I like to do themed eyeshadow looks for my birthday, and I always use the amethyst as my inspiration, so it's always like purple, so I didn't want to use Birthday Cake for that, but it just kind of went well with this look since I do have like the mint colors on the other eyes. I do think that I might want to do like an entire pastel look with like some graphic liner. Like, I am just on it with the ideas lately, and I think spring does that to you. So this is the Makeup by Tammi Pastel palette. It's their cake liners. You know, you just add water and you have eyeliner. I love this concept way more than gel or cream liners because you don't have to worry about your product drying out. Like, it's supposed to dry out because it's a cake liner, and all you have to do is add water and it's revived. Like, I used to use the Inglot Gel 77, but once that dries, you have to get the Duraline to, you know, moisten it back up. Now, if you are out of Duraline, you're shit out of luck. Your liner is never the same. So now I'm using Suva. I believe it's Suva, S-U-V-A. They have a black liner. This is in the shade Grease, and I'm using this as my regular, you know, black eyeliner, and I can use whatever brush I want. When it dries, all I gotta do is add water. Like, I like this way better than like a gel liner. So I'm tracing over where I have that line, my winged liner, and I'm kind of creating a partial graphic line. So I start with just a regular line and then thicken it up as I go, to create like a wing that matches. And you just want to do that until you have it to your liking, so it kind of looks, I don't know, it just looks different. And then to connect everything, I'm going to take that pink and I'm going to put it on the outside. So it's a pastel liner. I need so many more of these. Like, I need every color you could possibly think of because I love the cake liners. They just allow you to be so creative without worrying about them drying out. So for lashes, I'm using the cookie ice cream lashes by GlamLite, and then I saw these trending on TikTok. These were supposed to be dupes for the Milk Makeup. It's the hard candy hydrating one, and then the one by e.l.f. I believe you can either get the mint one or the jelly pop one. I didn't see the jelly pop one, and actually this mint one was the last one in my Walmart. Like, I had to go on a hunt and I did not feel like driving all over the place. So it does leave your skin tacky, and it's a hydrating primer. I do want to try to use it with like a pore minimizing primer because I do have large pores around my nose area. For foundation, I'm using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh tinted. It's like a tinted moisturizer. It's a really nice tinted moisturizer yet. Actually, I used this every single day last summer, even though I didn't go anywhere. This is like the perfect one for, you know, being in the house. And then this is a little trick. It's like the newest trend as far as makeup application goes. Like, it's pretty much giving yourself like a facelift with makeup. So I'm using my ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer, and the shade ranges will be down in the description box. And then I added way too much bronzer. Y'all know I told myself I wasn't going to slide the bronzer anymore, but I did. And then you just take like a lipstick, a bullet lipstick. I used the Milani bullet lipsticks, and again, the shade will be down in the description box, but I used like a really pink because I wanted my cheeks to be really pink. And you just put them all on at the same time. I might start doing them like separate because I don't like for them to mix. I don't like for it to mix on my brush, and it's kind of inevitable. I guess, yeah, like you guys can see, I added way too much bronzer. So I ended up having to go in with my sponge and fix it. But using the lipstick, it just gives you like a blushed look that doesn't come off at the end of the day. Like, blush is usually like one of the first things to go. So this little trick just helps so that your blush doesn't come off as fast. So now I have, you know, my blush and everything blended out, and I'm going to move on to my nose contour. I think I have perfected my nose contour. I've gotten it to a place that I enjoy and I like, and I think it fits my face frame. And once I have perfected it completely, like I can do it with my eyes closed, I am definitely going to do a tutorial, because let me tell you, figuring out your nose contour, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Like, if y'all watch the green one, I completely fucked up my nose. Like, I fucked it up. Okay, so to set everything, I'm using the Bacon Set Powder by Morphe. This is in the shade Banana, so it's the lightish yellow color, and I'm placing that underneath my eyes. I believe they have different shades, so if the banana doesn't work for you, I know that they have a darker shade, or at least I hope they do. I think they do, though. I'm almost certain they do. So I'm using this to help set and contour my nose and set underneath my eyes, any place that I added concealer, just to give me like, you know, that brightening effect. And I do like the bright chin. To set the rest of my face, I'm going in with this Benefits, I can't remember the name of the line of foundation, but it's a foundation powder, and I'm in the shade Hazelnut. This is another powder that is actually really good in the summer if I just wanted to like pop something on and go about my day. I highly suggest trying that out. Then for bronzer, I'm using the Revolution Glow the Revolution Glow bronzer, and I'm using the shade Medium, and I'm just tapping that in the areas because I don't, like I said, when I added the cream bronzer, I added too much, so this is just to give it a little bit of warmth. I did not use blush, but I did move on to highlighter, and this is the shade Lickable, and this is by Artist Couture. It's a nice pinky highlight, and I definitely wanted to use a pink highlight because I just think it complements the eyes. So this is Baby Pink. This is one of the LA Girl pastel liners that I had in my Ulta haul, and I use that to tight line my eyes, and then I'm going to put a little bit of white base on my lower lash line, and then I go in with the shade Mochi, which is a bubblegum pink, and I put that at the bottom of my lashes. It kind of matches the pastel liner, and then I coat my lower lashes with mascara. I also off camera added lower lashes, but that's for another day. So for lips, I'm using the Morphe Toasty lip liner, one of my favorites, and yes, I am overdrawing my lips just a tad. I like to overdraw at the top and at the bottom because I do feel like it gives me a little bit of a puckered look. So just the tip, like the Cupid's bow, and the bottom of my lip. And then I'm using this shade Kimberly by the KKW and Kylie Cosmetics collab. I just wanted a nude lip. I didn't want my lip to be like, I was going to do like a baby pink, but I did think that that would be too much. And now I'm setting my face with the, what is it? Pretty Perfect? Whatever that line is. Pretty Fresh. The Pretty Fresh setting spray. And that is also by ColourPop. And then that completes this look. I really hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Please make sure to like, share if you care, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, beauties, stay blessed.